24/7, 365. This is E-Radio Live.
Yeah, it's almost 2 o'clock and time for our very new feature called Tech Thursdays. We do it on a Thursday at 2 o'clock and talk about all things technology. That's what I like. And somebody else is also very interested in technology. It's his job. Is Clint Foster of Anywhere IT. Clint, a very good afternoon to you.
Hey, Ian, how are you doing?
I'm excellent. How are you doing?
I'm very, very well, thank you. Thank you for allowing me onto your show. I feel very honored, very nervous at the moment, but very, very cool.
No need to be nervous. Clint, we'll just carry on like we usually do when we have coffee.
Yeah, well, that's easy enough.
The only difference is you can't see me, and other people are hearing us, but they usually listen to us anyway.
It's been a while, eh, Jon?
It's been a while. Now, Clint, tell me, just before we get started on today's topic, tell me a bit more about Anywhere IT. When did you start? What exactly do you do, and so on?
Okay, well, Anywhere IT has been in existence since 2013 when I first got to Knysna. We specialize in on-site and online computer and laptop support, computer and laptop repairs. We specialize in networking, IT networking. We specialize in sales, cloud solutions, VoIP solutions, and we're also an ISP through Knysna On.
Okay, well, that's awesome. Is that a new addition to the business?
Yes, very much a new addition. It is something that got finalized last week, in fact. So
well done.
Very, very excited. Very, very happy with that partnership. I'm looking forward to it. They've given us very, very good internet here at the office. It's super fast. It's, as you can hear, no lags on the WhatsApps and everything else. And it certainly is very convenient for us to provide our support around the country via the remote support that we do.
Now, the reason it's called Anywhere IT is because just like E-Radio, it is everywhere and anywhere thanks to the internet. So you also can help remotely.
It's exactly that, Jan. The name Anywhere IT is specifically because we can provide IT support services to anyone in the country. And, up to 90% of all computer problems can be resolved remotely. 90% of all issues are software related. And so as long as you've got an working internet connection, we pretty much can help you. I've been in the IT support arena for the last 30 years of my life. Started off in corporate, and in corporate, even before Windows was around, we were using remote support to support all of the staff at the various in their offices. So I've used all of that experience that I've gained over the years, started up Anywhere IT to do exactly that, provide remote support to anybody who needs it.
And are you also seeing a very big increase in remote support, especially now during the lockdown period? Everybody is basically working remotely anyway, right?
Yeah, that's very much the case, Jan. So much, virtual offices are going up everywhere. That's why we've also implemented the cloud solutions that we're now doing so that we can help, especially smaller businesses, set up centralized servers where they can have their staff working virtually and all have access to their data in a very secure means with built-in antivirus and all of the rest of it. So there's definitely, it's not coming back from here. I think so many businesses are also realizing the advantages of being able to work virtually. I think it cuts so much costs. It's definitely an advantage to business, and if utilized properly, certainly can be very productive and can certainly help with your business revenue.
And if you want to talk green, I mean, you're not stuck in traffic anymore, and your car's no longer emitting those terrible gases. So you're also saving the environment by working from home.
Absolutely. You're reducing your carbon footprint. What more can we ask for?
That's it. So a lot of advantages working from home. Ladies also save on makeup.
On the flip side, though, there's always the social interaction, the physical contact, face to face. One misses that, there's virtual working is fantastic and all, but one still needs your people around, I think.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
No, you're right. Absolutely. Well, Clint, today we're talking about browsers. You're going to give us some tips. Let's start off with you telling me what is your favorite browser and why?
So at the moment, I'm currently been testing out Brave as a browser for the last few months. I'm finding it to be very fast, very responsive. I also am a big fan of Firefox because of its being open source. So those are the two browsers that I tend to use generally. I don't think I've used Internet Explorer since its onset, really, in Microsoft, and neither Microsoft Edge now that they've brought it out. I'm happy with my browsers, but also Google Chrome is obviously the most popular one that is around. So that's generally the three that I use.
So what was the first one you mentioned? Did you say Brave?
Brave, yes, it's called Brave. It's very fast. It's got some cool features. It will even when you open up a new tab, it will tell you how many trackers it's blocked, and it will tell you, the amount of time that you've actually saved with your browsing because of all of the pop-ups and the trackers and everything else that is blocking. So very, very cool.
We must talk about antivirus. We must make a note and talk about antivirus software as well at one stage, because that's also just like browsers. Everybody's got their own favorite and what they actually prefer. But anyway, we're talking about browsers today. You have some handy tips. So I'm looking forward to it. I was very, very fixed on Firefox, but now I've after a bit of a crash. I've used Google Chrome, since I find it's not that heavy anymore on the machine the way it used to be. I know that they've made some system tweaks.
Yeah, they certainly have. But do yourself a favor and try out Brave. Jon, it's really, really quick. I'm very impressed with it. So far, it's now become my main browser since I've started using it. Like I say, a good 3-4 months ago. I'm most impressed with it. And I'm one of those guys, I've normally got anywhere between 50 and 100 tabs open at any given stage. So having my browser not crash on me is quite cool.
So Brave, Brave, right?
Exactly that. Yeah. Full of courage.
Okay. Oh, that's a good concept. So, what are you sharing with us today regarding browsers, Clint? What tips do you have for us?
Well, the first one that I want to share is one of my favorite little tricks that I use regularly. And I specifically thought I'd like to bring it up again after a call-out that I did yesterday with a client that was complaining bitterly about the icons being too big and everything else. So the first little trick that I want to share with you is how to change your font sizes on both your browsers. It works on your browser, it works on your desktop, it works on your Word and your Excel, it works on literally any program that you have open. To change the size, a lot of people, they might be visually impaired, so they want to see their fonts a little bit bigger without changing all sorts of configuration settings on their machine, etc. So the nice little trick that I'm going to tell you about today is using your control key and your wheel mouse, the mouse wheel. So if you hold down your control key and you move on your browser your wheel mouse in any direction, you will either see your fonts getting super big or super small. So it makes it really, really easy when you're reading a website that has got a lot of small text and so on to just quickly increase the size of the text. And by simply pressing Control and 0 afterwards, it will return it back to its normal size. That's a very, very cool trick. And I can tell you that it's very, very convenient and handy to know that.
Wow, that is very convenient. I actually use that trick when I'm doing some graphic design work. That also seems to work in the program that I use for graphic designing.
Every program. Yeah, absolutely. You can get in nice and deep and you can color your pixels the way that you want to. Yeah, it's excellent for zooming and then zooming back out again.
That's brilliant. What have you got for us as the second one?
So a lot of the times with the remote support program that we use, I need to tell clients to get to our website and put in our website URL into the address bar at the top. And what I find a lot of times is that people tend to, instead of putting the address in the address bar at the top, they tend to put it into the search engine, into the actual search part of it. Okay, so then they get search results instead of actually going to the website. So I learned a very, very cool trick, and that is Control L. As soon as you hold down your Control key and press L, it will automatically take your cursor to the address bar where you can type in your address that you want to go to.
Wow, that's a nice handy one.
Yeah. So from here on in, at least now I can tell my clients when they open up their browser, okay, so first thing you do, press Control and L. Right, now type in www, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
and you're off to your website wherever you need to go. Very, very cool.
Now number 3.
Okay, so number 3 is just a general little bit of refreshing your screen. A lot of times when you open up your browser and you open up one of your tabs, the page looks exactly the same as what it was, even though information on that website has changed. So the simplest way to refresh the page is simply by pressing F5, which will refresh your web browser, your website, the website, and give you all of the relevant new information. It's a means of clearing what's known as the cache, and the cache is simply just an offline version of what you're normally seeing in your browser.
Wow, that's really cool. Next one is, are we now at number 4?
Oh, we're at number 4. Do I have to go further? So then I've got 2 other little tricks that just general maintenance. So especially for people that have got laptops. I recently came across something very, very interesting as far as laptop maintenance is concerned. I found 90% of my clients, and even I was guilty of doing this, is plugging in your adapter the wrong way around. Did you know that the most important way, or the right way to plug in your adapter, is to first plug in the adapter into your laptop before plugging it into the power? If you plug your adapter into power first, you actually stand a chance of frying your adapter. It's very, very cool. I didn't realize that.
Sure. Also didn't realize that. I usually put the USB the wrong way around. I'm not really having problems with the power cable. It's usually the USB. I never. Whoever gets the USB right the first time? That's the question.
Yeah. Good question. Hey, that's a very good question. I don't think I'm one of those either.
I've seen some memes about it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and mostly, generally one tends to just flip and you're pressing, just feeling your way around instead of actually looking at which way it's supposed to go. We all do that. We're all guilty. Yeah.
And then in closing, what have you got for us in closing today?
In closing, I just want to to everybody out there, be aware of the scams that are going around. I think most people are now so aware of all of the different scams, all of the banking, where you've got to update your details. The SARS is a good one. Some of the SARS scams are getting really, really professional. You've got to be so careful out there. So all I'm really, really asking clients out there is to really just be vigilant and be aware of the scam and the phishing that's going on there now. If something doesn't look like it is from one of your banks, or if you are unsure, please phone somebody, check with the actual whoever the email is supposed to have come from. So whether it be your Absa Bank or a Standard Bank or a SARS, check with them first, or check with an IT professional who will get onto your machine and have a look, see whether you've been scammed or phished. I'm seeing so many people losing money, losing data.
Sure.
It's a big thing. And it's scamming and phishing. People, please, if somebody asks you for your password updates or information that needs to be updated, banks don't do that. Be aware. Don't give away your information. Also, another thing that people need to be aware of: do never send your username and information across an email. Emails are not encrypted, so it's very easy for somebody with third-party software to pick up your emails and pick up the information. It's not secure, it's not encrypted. As you send it, that is how it gets seen on the other side, and that is how it can get hacked as well. So be aware. Do not give away personal information on email.
And also, if that email from the bank comes from absa@gmail.com, then you've got a problem.
Yeah, be aware. It's quite
Check
easy
the email
to pick
addresses.
up any
I don't know. They do it so clever. They just register these domains, and then it looks like ABSA is.
Yes.
It says like finance at absa.co.za, and you're like, what? How did you do that?
Yeah, these guys are getting clever. They're
Yeah.
getting really, really clever these days, boy. We've got to be so vigilant.
But you know what's my really big fear is ransomware. I'm so afraid of ransomware, where they basically hold your data ransom. It happened to a newspaper in Sagefield, where they lost all their data. It was held ransom.
It happened to one of my clients up in Joburg as well. I had to fly up there and I had to go and redo their entire network.
Sure.
That's the challenge that we face with the free antiviruses or not using a proper antivirus. A lot of people tend to rely on the built-in Windows Defender, for example. It's not serving any purpose. The free antiviruses, the Windows Defender, those are the ones that are going to get hacked first. Because they're vulnerable and because they are the mass for lack of a better term. So the clever guys are getting in there and they're finding the loopholes and they're getting in. A proper antivirus is so important, and a proper antivirus will protect you against something like ransomware. Since I've been installing, Anywhere IT is a reseller of one of the antivirus products, but we'll get into antivirus another day. And since I've been installing this on all of my clients' machines, not a single issue. Sometimes every 2 or 3 months I will scan some of them that are on contract with us, just scan them with a different third-party program to check if anything has got through. Nothing. So there is a big difference between paid and free antivirus, and there is a big difference between not using any antivirus at all.
I'm looking forward to our discussion next week. I don't know what it will be about, but it's going to be interesting. Next Thursday at 2 o'clock on E-Radio. It sounds like it's going to be antivirus. I don't know.
I think we've nailed it. I think that's exactly what we'll get into next week is antivirus and the benefits, the pros and cons of the free stuff versus the paid stuff, and how to protect yourself as best possible.
Okay, and Clint, if people want to contact you, Anywhere IT, need some remote support. I was actually visiting your website last night. Very, very nice. I love your software tab where you can, there's this awesome list of free software and then the links to the software. Well done.
Yeah. Yes. We're all, as much as we're qualified Microsoft certified professionals here and we support our Microsoft products, I'm very much for the free stuff. So wherever we can find, and if you look at some of those links are really, really, really cool software. There's graphics design programs there. There's all sorts of weird and wonderful. It's very cool. So it's I'm all for the free stuff, Jon, and as I grow those links, I will certainly put them on. But to get hold of that, it's very, very easy. Our landline number is 044 011 0090. Alternatively, I can be reached on 081 555 0087 at any time.
Okay, wonderful, Clint. And then the website is?
And our website address, www.anywhereit.co.za.
And you're on Facebook.
And our Facebook page is facebook.com/anywhereit.
Okay, we already have a link up on our page as well, and then we'll have your details just below the podcast as well, which will be uploaded later this afternoon. Clint, thank you so much. Looking forward to next week, and we'll keep at it. The nice thing about Anywhere IT, as I said, is you can use it anywhere, anytime, just like E-Radio. It's anywhere. You just need an internet connection, and you can be in Mikey'sfontein or you can be in London.
Exactly that. Exactly.
Clint, thanks so much.
Cool,
enjoy the rest of your week and weekend coming up soon, and then we'll talk next week.
Likewise, and thank you, and good luck with the radio station. I've got it playing in the background in our office all of the time. Very, very cool music. Really looking forward to seeing your progress.
You're a star. Thanks, man.
Cool, Jon. Have a good one. Speak to you later.
You too. Cheers.
Cheers.